First three were very good as a member of the Athletics. 162 earned run average. He's given up a couple of home runs. The other run, he left with the runner on base, and the bullpen gave it up. So technically, it's only had two that he's given up, left the runner on base. But he's been pitching great, and let's hope he continues that tonight.
So Tomko's ready. Ichiro Suzuki steps in, and we are set to go. A 4-game set between the A's and the Mariners. First pitch of the ball game is just a bit low.
That would have been nice to call. You like those low strikes. You like the low strikes.
That one is a strike. Ichiro 361 with 8 home runs and 36 runs batted in. It's Japanese media. Always a large contingent following Ichiro around. And he hits it up the middle into center field, and that's a base hit. Hit number 189 on the season.
Hanging curveball from Brett Tomko, and Ichiro, as he was heading towards first base, the ball was left up. But look at the bat. Bat is back, and his body's going forward, but his bat never moves until he swings to make contact.
You see, he's closing in on 2,000 hits, just 6 away, so a decent chance that he will reach the 2,000 hit mark this weekend. And we laughed about it before, Ray. But this is his 9th season in the major leagues here in the States. So he's going to get 2,000 hits in 9 seasons. Amazing. Franklin Gutierrez is the hitter. Suzuki has 24 steals this year. He's been thrown out 8 times, so the stolen base is down a little bit. Suzuki started the season on the disabled list, and as we mentioned in our opening, missed 8 games with a calf issue.
What did the Japanese media do while he was every day? How's your calf? How do you say how's your calf in Japanese? Because that's pretty much all they could ask.
I bet if you asked the Mariners announcers or media people, they would know, because they probably heard it for 8 straight days. 2-1 to Franklin Gutierrez. Gutierrez has been real tough on the A's this year. 18 for 46. That's a .391 average. Having a breakout season in his first year with Seattle. 289 with 14 home runs. And he drives one left center, hit well. It is gone. A home run for Franklin Gutierrez off the concrete above the home run fence. And it's 2-0 Mariners, 15th for Gutierrez. Okay,
so Brett's got the home run out of the way. Last 3 games, he's given up a home run. This is the first that's come with a runner on base. And there was no doubt. Gutierrez crushed it. And to say he's been hot against the A's would be an understatement, there's no doubt. Off the concrete facade above the 362 mark, the ball might be flat.
It's his 2nd home run against the A's. So here's Jose Lopez. Fastball first strike. On the ground to Adam Kennedy, who grabs it, flips it across, and that's the first out.
And we were talking about Ichiro, and the boys down at the truck did not remember how many years it took Pete Rose to get to the 4,200 plus to break the record. 23 years, 1963 to 86. So if you look at what Ichiro's done in 9 years, 2,000 hits, he might have 5,000.
And he was 27 years old when he played his first game in the States.
Which I think at the time, before he could come over, he had to spend 10 years in Japan. Because he came with that, wasn't like Matsusaka, who was a bidding war, is the owner of Matsusaka in Japan. Put him on the market, and the Red Sox paid something like $50 million just for the rights to negotiating with him. But that was not the case with Ichiro.
Ken Griffey pops it up, and it's going to reach the seats. Well, Ichiro's contract goes through 2012, so 3 years after this one. He's 35 years old right now. But he's in great shape. I mean, he could play for 5 more years. And if you start thinking like that, he gets 200 hits every year.
Yeah.
Grounded to second. Mark Ellis has it. 4-3 on the putout, 2 outs. So Adrian Beltre will step in. Another guy that the A's did not see in that series last week in Seattle. He was on the disabled list.
Actually, Ichiro started in Japan in 1992, so actually 9 years playing in Japan.
So 9 years there, and this is his 9th year here. Well, you don't know how long he's going to play, but obviously 3 more years for sure. But
he'll play till he gets 3,000 at least.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, how many more years? There you go, but looks in pretty good shape, and that's going to sail over the head of Eric Patterson in left field. Beltre will dig for second, and he'll have a 2-out double. A line drive that went over Patterson's head. So 3 hits in the inning off Brett Tomko.
I don't think Patterson would have had a chance to get this, but fastball that was kind of middle of the plate. Started hooking on Patterson. He went after it, and then it was over his head very quickly. It went kind of to his right instead of back, and again, I don't think he would have gotten to it anyway.
So Bill Hall will step in. 231 with 6 RBIs, the numbers in a Seattle Mariners uniform. Came over from the Brewers a couple weeks ago.
He was guessing fastball first pitch, by the way.
What gave you that idea?
Flail at the breaking ball.
Franklin Gutierrez, a 2-run homer here in the first to give the Mariners the 2-0 lead. And that one's driven. And that's a long one, folks. 4-0 Mariners.
Must be going to give him the Sonic treatment because everybody sat down, and first for the Mariners. And I would have to say that when he walks in the dugout, not one person will be shaking his hand initially, but he crushed it. I guess they decided this was worthy of a handshake, F2, because it was a crushed fastball and not just your normal over the fence.
Here's Mike Karp. Mike Karp just called up from AAA Tacoma. Pops it up, foul territory. Kennedy, lots of room over there, and he's got it side retired. A pair of 2-run homers for the Mariners, one by Gutierrez, one by Hall. 4-0 Seattle. 4-0 Seattle, bottom of the first inning. A's lineup tonight is brought to you by McDonald's, and it looks like this. Adam Kennedy, Rajai Davis, Ryan Sweeney, Jack Cuzz, Kurt Suzuki, Mark Ellis, Eric Patterson, Derek Barton, and Cliff Headington. Defensively for the Mariners, Hall, Gutierrez, and Suzuki in the outfield. Beltre, Jack Wilson, Lopez, Carp on the infield. Jojima is the catcher. Ian Snell is the pitcher. So Ian Snell, we saw him last week in that series at Safeco Field. Kennedy 278 with 10 home runs and 50 runs batted in. Kennedy, a couple hits, a couple of runs scored in yesterday's 10-4 win for the A's over the Royals.
Life is good.
That is a good life right there.
Front row eating the dog.
May not be his last one either. Maybe his first.
And he doesn't care if he gets a napkin. He just keep eating. Snell has a very good two-seam fastball that he just threw to Adam Kennedy. 4-pitch pitcher, the fastball that goes to mid-90s. And every pitcher's dream to take the mound with a 4-run lead.
Three and two now to Kennedy with Rajai Davis waiting in the on-deck circle.
And the numbers, one of those starts against the A's on the 24th of August. 3-1, a game in which Vin Mazzaro pitched and unfortunately hit Lopez. That's when Griffey hit the 2-run home run following it. 3-1. Snell defeated the Athletics.
There's a shot to center field, a base hit for Kennedy.
That hit is a result of Adam Kennedy working the pitch, the count, and fouling off a couple with 2 strikes. 8 pitched, and he finally gets the base hit. Snell coming in, and with the 4-run lead, did not want to throw anything but a fastball, did not want to walk him. And Adam Kennedy, great at bat. He's just trying to get back on the board as quickly as possible.
First pitch to Rajai Davis. Swing and a miss. 298 the average now for Rajai Davis. He had a nice series against the Royals. 5 for 10 and a double, a homer. Drove in 5 runs. Walked a couple times, so he continues to impress.
Tuesday night against the Royals, Rajai Davis. The few runs the A's got in the game. But he crushed the fastball, and he said it's actually helped that his thumb was broken. As far as his swing, he's not trying to overswing. Right thumb, you see extending beyond the batting glove.
How about that? Shoots one into right field. Kennedy's going to round second. He will head to third. Ichiro's throw is just a little late. So Rajai Davis finds the hole on the right side. First and third, nobody out.
That took the A's 4 2/3 innings on the 24th to get a hit off Snell. That was Derek Barton in the 5th inning. But tonight, first 2 hitters are on base. Rajai taking the low slider, and you think this would have been easy. The fact that right fielder is not even going to throw the ball to second base, but it's not your normal right fielder. It is Ichiro, and Adam Kennedy looking, saying it shouldn't even be close, but since the throw made it a lot closer than you would expect.
Strike to Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney hit in the 3rd spot in yesterday's ball game and had a good day. A couple of hits, A couple of RBIs and a couple of runs scored. Bounces this one to Beltre. Beltre's coming home, and the tag is applied to Kennedy, and he is out. No smart play by Beltre. You were not going to get a double play, and he had a runner right in front of him. He could see how far Kennedy was down the line.
Well, when you have a 4-0 lead, you figure you want to try to get the double play, but you're right, Beltre getting the runner at the plate, leaves runners at first and second. And I don't know that Adam Kennedy even thought the throw was going to be coming to the plate, but realized. You might say it could have been first and third, but so many times you're at third base, you see the ground ball in that situation, you figure you've got to score, and it did not happen.
So Cust will hit, 2 on, 1 out. The shift is on. So Jack Wilson, the shortstop, is playing right behind second base, so he can do a pretty good job of holding Rajai Davis on, and he is doing that. So I would guess no matter where the ball is hit on the ground, if it is on the ground, Jack Wilson is going to be the pivot man at second base. Strike called, 1-1.
It'd be nice if Jack had one of the seats and wouldn't have to worry about Jack Wilson coloring, make it a 1-run game.
Sail went over his head.
Yeah.
Jack Custis got a good stretch going, 364 in his last 14 games. There his average was down in the mid 220s, but it's up to 240 now. $20 homers and 58 RBIs for Cust. Mariners play Cust straight away in the outfield, and then of course the shift in the infield.
Left-handed hitter is very tough for a runner to steal third base, even though it's still Rajai Davis, but catcher being able to not have any obstruction from a hitter, well, I would say there's a pretty good chance he's going to stay wherever he is.
Tell you what, though, Beltre would have to hustle it over there.
That means Jojo would have to throw to a moving target, which would make it a little more difficult.
Davis has a very good lead at second, even though Wilson is holding him out a little bit. And there's the walk. Bases are loaded, 1 out for Kurt Suzuki.
Batting in the fifth position, the catcher, number 8, Kurt Suzuki.
The numbers for Ian Snell, last 3, been very impressive. In the 3-0 in his last 3.
But where Snell has gotten trouble, Ray, from what I understand, is he's just throwing too many pitches and not getting deep into the game with all those pitches.
Well, he's 18 with 1 out in the first inning.
I mean, that start against the A's, which was 2 starts ago for him, he went 5 2/3 innings, just the 1 earned run allowed, but he threw 116 pitches. And that's way too many for 5 2/3 innings. First pitch is low to Suzuki. Snell with the Pirates this year. He had a 2-8 record. There's a strike. His ERA with Pittsburgh 5.36. So overall he's 5-9. Suzuki 11 home runs and a team leading 63 RBIs. A's off that pitch. 2-1. Davis is the runner at third. Sweeney at second and Cust at first.
Snell's got a lot of movement on his fastball. 3 sliders to Kurt Suzuki. The first 3 trying to get him to chase. 1 was a strike, but you'd think he wanted to throw the 2-seam fastball, trying to get a ground ball. Kurt just trying to make good contact. He is struggling a little bit lately.
Little jam shot right center. That'll fall for a hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Cust to third. Suzuki comes through. It's 4-2.
And if you're struggling, that's the way you do it. You bloop 1. Makes up for all the line drives. Good job by Kurt Suzuki. Snell did throw him the fastball finally. Made a good pitch, jammed him, but the result, exactly what the A's were hoping for, to get on the board quickly after trailing 4-0 in the top half. And the right guy picked it up instead of Ichiro, so Jack Cust could go to third.
Mark Ellis. Chance to pick up another run here in the bottom of the first. 6 home runs and 47 runs batted in. Early in the game. He scored a total of 21 runs in taking 2 out of 3 from the Royals, including the 10 runs yesterday. Pop-up foul. Overall on the year, the A's 12th in the American League in total run score. Suzuki takes off, and the pitch is swung on and missed by Ellis in the dirt. So a strikeout, and Suzuki gets the stolen base.
Another breaking ball. Looks like what Snell wants to keep going to, and Judgment just closed his catcher's mitt a little bit too quickly and did not catch the ball.
So Eric Patterson, base hit, could tie this game up.
Well, that's a happy man there, Brett Tomko. He'd like to see a base hit to make it a tie game after giving up 4 in the first. But already seeing his club come back and score 2 has to make him happy.
Patterson playing in left field tonight. Scott Hairston's still a little bit banged up, the quad muscle, right?
Yep. Said he probably needs another day, which there's no reason to push it. It's a very difficult injury to try to play through.
Fastball up and away. 1-2 the count to Patterson. Two and 2. So 3 hits in the inning, also a walk for the A's. Patterson got a pitch to hit there.
Yep.
Off-speed pitch that was up in the strike zone, and he fouled it back.
There were 2 strikes. He just tried to protect and hit a line drive. And Snell left the slider up. And
right in the middle of the plate.
Right there.
And now full count. 32 pitches here in the first inning for Ian Snell. popped him up. Beltre, edge of the grass, slides to his left. He's got it side retired. A's get a couple runs back. So after one from the Coliseum, 4-2 Seattle.
Time now for Carl's Jr. In Your Face. Let's go back to yesterday. Outstanding game by Landon Powell. A throw out of David DeJesus in the first inning. That was just the beginning. How about a 3-1 grand slam for Landon Powell? That would make it an 8-0 game. So Landon Powell, his first career grand slam. Another big hit for Landon Powell, coming through with runners in scoring position, and just amazing numbers for catcher who is not caught a lot this year.
That may not seem like a big deal, but that caught stealing. He scored 3 in the first, right?
Yep.
DeJesus.
He let off the
walks,
game.
Yeah,
he let off the game.
You get rid of that guy.
Yeah, it's actually the way it started, similar to Trevor Cahill against the Angels.
Nice play by Kennedy. Barton off the bag to make the tag. But a good way to start the game.
Yeah,
he the first guy.
But he actually Cahill put the first 2 runners on base. But for Landon Powell, most RBIs in the first 36 games of his career, 27. Ben Grieve had 30. Rage and Page and Mitchell Page at 26. But Landon Powell, just incredible the way he has come through with runners in scoring position. Trevor Cahill, as he did against the Angels, he walked the first 2 in Anaheim, picked off Sean Figgins at second. Yesterday, 84 pitches for Trevor in 5 innings. Of course, he had the big lead, and the A's are now concerned as the final month of the season with the young pitchers. Kurt Young said they haven't mapped out the number of pitches, number of innings, and they will do their best to take care of the young staff the rest of the way. And there are 3 of them, 3 of the good ones. Maybe the next big 3, as they call it.
No question. Brett Anderson, 146 and 2/3 innings. Trevor Cahill, 158 in the third. Mazzaro has 91, and of course what was the number? 50 innings in the minor leagues? I want to say it was somewhere in the 50s. So he's probably right around 140, 135, 140 total. It's Jack Wilson with a 1-out single.
Trevor Cahill did well, very well. Once he got a big lead, he did give up 3 quick runs, but had the good 2-seam fastball work. There's Josh Anderson, by the way. He did not slam his hand on the cooler yesterday after he had done that Tuesday night. But Trevor picked up another win, back-to-back wins for the righty. 2 hits, 7 innings against the Angels. His last start Thursday, and then 5 innings yesterday.
We figure, Ray, that A's after tonight will have 28 games left. You have a 6-man rotation, so you do the math. Somebody's going to get 5, and a couple guys are going to get 5 more starts. A couple guys get 4 more starts. But if you figure, let's just say 5, and you figure 6 innings per start minimum, that's 30 more innings. Well, now you're talking 170, 180, that's a pretty good number for 21-year-olds. First year in a rotation in the big leagues.
And again, pitching in September, which they've never pitched in the final month, having not spent any time in the big leagues.
Oh, 0-2 to Ichiro. Singleton scored in the first. I think what's nice when you think about next year, Ray, is they're throwing 175, 180 innings this year. Next year, you can almost let them go.
Sure.
And make 200 innings their goal. Ball in the dirt, and Jack Wilson takes off, and he's going to make it on the wild pitch.
Almost looked like it was a delayed steal by Jack Wilson, but he actually, I guess, hesitated enough that it was going to be a wild pitch. Kurt Suzuki blocking the curveball, but Jack Wilson, secondary lead, able to take off. Kurt could not pick up the ball, and so no double play possibility. And Kurt Ichiro, very little possibility anyway of a double play.
Now full count to Ichiro. And he rips one right field. Sweeney back, still going back near the wall, and he caught it. Oh, what a play by Ryan Sweeney. Outstanding play by Sweeney. I thought it was gone.
Well, I thought it was too, but no matter where Ryan Sweeney plays, center or right, he makes spectacular plays. We saw him in center. Great jump, ball hung up for him, and he got back to the wall and made a tremendous catch. Jack Wilson played it very conservatively, maybe giving Ryan Sweeney some credit that he was going to catch it because he was halfway, did not assume the ball was going to drop. So Ryan Sweeney robbing Ichiro of another hit. Cap on, put the bat up in the rack, get ready to go out for defense. Check the bat, make sure there's no marks on it, wipe it off.
Wonder if he didn't get that down on the end just a little bit.
Well, the way he opens up, flies open as a matter of fact, it's hard for him not to, I mean, sure, he hits a lot on the sweet spot, but say when he opened up, it was a breaking ball coming into him. I got him on the handle a little bit or towards the end of the bat enough to keep it in the park. There's the bat rack for Ichiro where he places his bat after he hits. Does not want to mingle. You'd think all the other hitters say, put your bat in with ours.
Or just set your bat on top of his. That would go over well, I'm sure.
Or just let a little bit rub off on it.
Well, here's my question, though. What if the dugout doesn't have that little thing you can set it? Not every dugout has them.
Well, Ted Walsh, the equipment manager, might bring one.
He may.
Might bring a portable rack. It's like your back of your pickup truck. Got it in the back window, the gun rack. There it is. He walks out. See, most dugouts have hooks so you can
for
hang
a jacket,
jackets or towels.
Very nice. Gently.
He's got the label just where he wants it.
Strike 3 call.
Camera crew any good? Oh, these guys are sharp.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 4-2. Bottom of the second coming up.
1929 Authentics cap. It's brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Order tickets online at oaklandathletics.com or call 877-493-BALL.
Derek Barton leading it off, 4-2 game. The Mariners over the A's. Lots of action in the first couple of innings. Barton fouls it straight back. Barton, Pennington, and Kennedy. 33 pitches for Ian Snell in that first inning when the A's scored twice. Just a bit inside, 2-1. 188 average for Barton with a homer and 6 RBIs. He's 13 for 69 on the year, 4 doubles.
I don't know who's more frustrated, manager, pitching coach, or the pitcher. Get 2 monster home runs in the first inning, 4-0, and they're struggling.
Past a diving Beltre, and Barton has a leadoff hit. You're so used to Beltre catching everything, you're almost surprised when one gets past him, but that one did.
High fastball, a little bit away from Derek Barton, and good hitting because he didn't try to pull it. Good opposite field hitting, and even Beltre, the Gold Glover, could not come up with it, playing way off the line. I'm sure Beltre is wearing a little more protection playing third base than he did prior to last month or so.
Yep. I hope he is for his sake. Nobody should have to go through that.
No.
0-1 to Cliff Pennington, 245 with a couple of home runs and 8 RBIs for Pennington. A little bit of a rut for Cliff Pennington. He was 1 for 8 in that series against the Royals. 10 for his last 56. But when it's all said and done, Pennington obviously is going to play every day the rest of this season. Going to get close to 200 at bats. The A's hope that'll be enough for them to make a decision on Cliff Pennington.
Well, from Cliff's standpoint, and I know he's working with Jim Scanlon, the A's hitting coach, who's done a great job all year with the staff.
That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Pennington is fast, but he hit it right on the button, and the Mariners turn it.
I started to say the one thing with Pennington, he does have a little pop in his bat, a couple of home runs, but line drives should be his main objective. And that one, good idea going to the opposite field, but unfortunately this one right to the shortstop.
2 outs for Adam Kennedy. Kennedy had a base hit in the first inning.
Must be a time for another 5-hit game. Adam Kennedy has 2 this year.
He was 4 for 12 in the series against the Royals. Another foul ball. 2-2 the count. There's the manager, Bob Guerin. Game number 134 in this 2009 season. There's a shot, base hit, right center field. Ichiro is able to cut it off. Kennedy, a big turn, and then he spins around and heads back to first.
And that spin around first was, I'm not going anywhere, but Ichiro, I'm going to make you throw it. And he threw a perfect strike to second base. Ichiro's won a Gold Glove every year he's been in the big leagues. And this one just did not get in the gap. Ichiro, good job cutting it off. And there's the throw. And of course, you can only think back to the first year when Ichiro came up. And Terrence Long tried to go from first to third, and that kind of let the world know, don't run on Ichiro.
It was one of the greatest throws an outfielder's ever made. Unfortunately, he did it against the Athletics, but you're right. That was the one. First pitch strike to Rajai Davis. Davis had a ground ball base hit to right field in the first. The average right at 300 now for Davis. So now the trick for Rajai is to keep it there. And there's a base hit to left field. So 3 hits in the inning and now 6 hits in the game for the A's.
All right, Sweeney, exact same thing in the first inning. Only this time there are 2 outs, but another breaking ball. Rajai, the first at bat, shot it to right field, but this one was able to get out in front and pull to left field. You know, if they watch the video, they saw him turn on the fastball for the home run. They say, well, let's fool him with a breaking pitch, but he stays on everything. He waits back. He's very quick with his swing.
Hit hard. Wilson handles it, flips it, and he flips it over Lopez's head. Run's gonna score. Everybody moves up. Jack Wilson is a terrific defensive shortstop. But that just did not look right, what he was doing.
You know, he flipped the ball in Seattle. Remember, we commented about how far he was from second. But this one, he flipped it and just I think he realized when he flipped the ball, oh, it's Rajai Davis running.
Well, yeah, and maybe Lopez wasn't there.
Yeah, and he wasn't there, and plus Rajai was running. And I think it's that old thing of trying to, I made the commitment to go underhand, and then it's Rajai, I have to hurry. He just held on too long. So huge break for the A's. Fielder's choice, E6 all the way for the run to score.
First pitch to Cust, and that pitch is low.
Jack Wilson's too good of a shortstop for that kind of mistake. So the A's have to be very happy to be able to take advantage of a rare mistake by a very good shortstop.
For the Mariners, that's their first error in the last 11 games. And it's a costly one.
Well, you just think Sweeney hit the ball so hard. Had it not been right at Wilson, it gone to left center field wall. 2 runs would have scored. That's how hard the ball was hit.
Strike call, 1-1 to Cust. Cust walked in the first inning. The A's have had 9 base runners in this game, and it's the second inning. Swing and a miss.
Well, there was a pitch to hit. Jack Cust just there, and I don't know how he missed it. It was right there for the hitting.
.54 pitches for Ian Snell. So 21 here in the second inning. Good take by Cust, and it's a full count. Davis is the runner at third, Sweeney at second. Kurt Suzuki waits, hoping to get a chance to hit. Swing and a miss. He went off speed and he gets cussed. A's get a run on the air by Jack Wilson. Third inning coming up. Mariners 4, the A's 3.
Catch all your favorite Mariner teams and save up. Number 4, Jose Lopez.
4-3 Mariners over the A's, top of the third inning. Brett Tomko gave up a pair of 2-run homers in the first. So that is the damage. Gutierrez and Hall both homer. So here in the third, Tomko will face Lopez, Griffey, and Beltre. 7 runs and 11 hits in the first 2 innings combined. Lopez takes low.
Boy, he'd like to get that pitch. That was the first pitch of the game, called low, and looks like that's what Milwaukee's going to continue to do. I say that because all pitchers like to get the low strike. Sinker ball pitchers, especially when they have to elevate, or any pitcher has to elevate, then it becomes a easier pitch to hit.
And it's nice to be 0-1 on the hitter.
Yeah.
Right now, Tomko behind 3-0 to Lopez. Tough guy to walk.
See, height-wise, that was the same as the first pitch. And that's the surprising thing.
Line drive. Patterson coming in left field, and he's got it. Well, during A's pregame live, Ray, we talked a little bit about some changes that Brett Tomko has made, but we didn't show them. Here they are.
Well, at the left when he's with the Giants, and the right when he's with the A's. With the right with the A's, hands over his head. The left with the Giants brings it right up to his chest, just below his chin. Everything from that point on is the same. It's amazing, isn't it? But the difference for him now, for the first time since he was 12, he's bringing the hands over his head, said it's a better balance. Everything is working better for him. And just something he was tinkering with between the time the Yankees let him go, the A's signed him down in Southern California, and it's amazing how quickly he has changed to work so efficiently. And out of the stretch, a little bit of a difference also, but the windup is most. But to the left, the Giants, see where his hands are.
Up a little higher.
Higher, lower, kind of the middle of the chest, on the right with the A's. But watch this. When he delivers everything, the leg, high leg kick, it's amazing. How, I talk about mechanics. Everything is the same. That's remarkable. But that's what all pitchers strive for. Strive to get a same mechanics every time.
So it's amazing to think that that slight change that you saw, where he starts into his windup, he goes up over his head. It doesn't look like, well, how could that make any difference? But it obviously has. If he feels like it has, then it has.
Well, he talked about the balance, and a lot of times you get a certain out of the windup, you start leaning too far forward.
So maybe getting those hands up, even though it's not for a very long time, balances him out a little bit.
Pitchers like to say that when they wind up and they lift the front leg, they need to be able to stop and balance on one foot on the rubber. And that's when they know the balance and everything. Dan Herron did it then. Remember with the hesitation with Danny? Still does.
Greg Maddux, he didn't really have a hesitation, but remember his one just real simple, and he just stopped. He didn't stop, but you could tell if he wanted to, he could have. Very simple delivery. Three and two to Adrian Beltre.
That fastball on the scoreboard, 95. Rick Riz with the Mariner said, what, 87, 89? I said, no. Try a little bit higher with the fastball, and I think that proved it right there. Especially 3-1, challenging, very good fastball hitter.
Another fastball, and Beltre grounds it foul. Beltre doubled and scored in the first inning. This one down the right field line and foul.
Well, that's 3 fastballs, 95, 95, 94. This is when you're tempted to say, let's go to another pitch. Cutter, curveball, changeup. I figure Beltre's got the fastball timed.
He pokes that one right center field. Sweeney and Davis come together. Sweeney into a slide. He's got it. Side retired. 5 in a row retired by Brett Tomko. 4-3 Mariners as we head to the bottom of the third.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Aquafina.
September 4th would be tomorrow. Kurt Suzuki leading it off for the Athletics. Suzuki, Ellis, and Patterson. Suzuki hits one very high. Shallow center. Gutierrez racing in, and he's got it.
The A's might as well tie the game because they've Been down 4-0, 42, 43.
Number 14.
Don't waste any time and wait around to try to do it later. Just might as well get at least tied and go from there.
Good call. Mark Ellis struck out in the first inning.
Snell's going to do his best to go 5 innings tonight. And if he's going to do it, he's going to have to get through a couple of innings with not as many pitches. 33 and 23 back-to-back innings. This ball almost hit Mark Ellis.
Ellis spins on an inside pitch and drives it deep and foul into the second deck. Bounces down into the first deck. A little bit of a scramble for the ball. Fastball in first strike, down around the knees, 2-2. There's Mark Ellis coming off the big month of August, where he hit .340 with 22 RBIs. He will try to carry that over into September.
Well, we found out that Andrew Bailey won the American League Rookie Pitcher of the Month.
Actually, I think not even pitcher.
Well, that's
he
right.
was Rookie of
the Month.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry. He was the Rookie of the Month. Just wanted Kendry Morales. Is he the player? Because he had some kind of month of August.
How could he not be? Gutierrez again coming in. But it was quite a month of August for Andrew Bailey. Look at the ERA. Nothing. 7 saves, 2 wins.
Didn't walk the batter.
Number 1.
11 innings, 4 hits. That's Dennis Eckersley like.
Yeah. Bailey for the year, 21 saves and a 1.88 ERA. Legitimate Rookie of the Year candidate.
Absolutely.
Andrew Bailey.
Well, it'd be nice. He's at 21 right now, and the A's with 28 games to go after tonight.
What's our number that we're pulling for?
9.
Nice. 30. We're going to get Andrew
So
Bailey.
A's win a third, which you hope is more than that.
Well, certainly.
And then, of course, he would get an opportunity.
Keep the games close.
Yeah. Pick up 9. Finish the first year, 30 saves.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So a 3-up, 3-down inning for Ian Snell, and that's what he needed. 4-3 after 3.
Interrupt your work and
9, 8.
that's pretty cool behind the scenes going on out here. Enjoy the
5.
rest of the game and let's go, Glenn.
Breast Cancer Awareness Day presented by Olay Skincare is Saturday, September 5th. 10,000 fans that day will get a pink pashmina that's courtesy of Olay Skincare. Special thanks to Ross Dress for Less, State Roofing, and the Contra Costa Times for supporting this day benefiting breast cancer research and education. For tickets and information, go to oaklandathletics.com. It is a 6 o'clock start. And it'll be game 3 of this series. Bill Hall, a line drive, base hit. Davis over to cut it off. So Bill Hall, a long 2-run homer in his first at bat and a line drive single in his second at bat.
Number 59, Mike Carp.
So that'll bring up Mike Carp.
Showing that he's a pretty good fastball hitter. At least this time, the pitch was away from Hall and just had the single up the middle, which is really not bad from Brett Tomko's standpoint, which means he's starting to get the fastball to the outside part of the plate.
Carp popped out to end the first inning. Left-handed hitter with decent power, at least in the minor leagues. He came over from the New York Mets in that 3-team trade in the offseason between Seattle, the Mets, and the Indians. Carp with 15 home runs at AAA this year. He skies one left center. And Patterson is going to make the catch. Remember Brett Tomko in our conversation on Tuesday night, how much he enjoys being an artist, but his father, of course, an artist as well, and he won the contest for the original Cleveland Cavaliers logo, and that's it.
Jerry Tomko.
That's great.
That's neat.
The original Cavaliers logo. When did the Cavs get to Cleveland? I don't know the NBA expansion as well as I should.
And Delaire is reminding us he actually named the team. That was the name and the logo.
Oh, wow.
He came up with everything. It was a newspaper contest.
That's a good nickname. Yeah. Cleveland Cavaliers.
Of course, in the future is going to be called King James. Cleveland King James version.
LeBron's team.
Well, they're hopeful after 2010 that he is back.
Well, do you ever?
Oh, city of Cleveland might chip in to try to keep him.
That's all I know is my broadcast partner's got so much pull in Cleveland that he got us to a Cavaliers playoff game.
That was a fun night.
Not just a playoff game. I think it was the Eastern Conference Finals, the Celtics and the Cavs.
Yeah.
It was last year. That was fun.
We know one thing. It's loud indoors, basketball arenas. Same way across the way at the arena here.
2-0 to Kenji Jojima. This will be pitch number 60 for Tomko. Blasted left center. Patterson back, and it is gone. Left center field, Kenji Jojima. Another 2-run homer by the Mariners, and it's 6-3.
Well, Brett has been throwing a fastball at about 95, and this was on the board at 90, so he'd have to think it's a cut fastball that did not do much.
Jack Wilson.
So stay right in the middle of the plate, a little bit of a hump there, but Jojima had a pretty good eye lead was going, and that's the difference of hitting it in the sweet part of the bat versus what Ichiro did to keep his in the park.
Jack Wilson steps in. He takes low. Jack Wilson had a base hit in the second inning. Seattle Mariners are 12th out of 14 teams in the American League in total home runs hit, but they got 3 tonight.
Jojima puts his helmet, puts the ear hole in a hook. His helmet and his batting glove.
There. Looks like a fairly serious conversation going on between the manager Don Wakamatsu and Jojima with an interpreter.
Yeah.
Fastball, swing and a miss by Wilson, 2 outs.
This one got a little bit extra on it, 95. That was definitely the fastball. So again, you'd have to think the pitch to Jojima was a cutter. You'd have to think that Jojima, and I know when he first came to the U.S. to play, that he really worked hard to be able to speak English, so he's got to talk to pitchers.
Yeah. That could be what they're talking about right now.
The interpreter definitely there on the bench with Ricky Deer and Don Wakamatsu.
How do you say? Throw strikes, don't mess around. We've given you 6 runs. Two and one to Ichiro, who has a base hit in the ball game. That was in the first, and then hit a long drive to right center that Sweeney made a nice play. Pennington fires to first, and just in time. And Ichiro is retired. Kenji Jojima, a 2-run homer. So it's 6-3 Seattle, mid-4th. So here's tonight's poll question that you can vote on by going to csncalifornia.com. Who deserves the AL Rookie of the Year award? We think it's Andrew Bailey, but the other guys having good years too. Gordon Beckham really come on. Jeff Neiman, Rick Porcello, Brett Anderson on that list. Another guy that I was looking at his numbers, Ricky Romero, the left-handed starter for the Toronto Blue Jays, is having a very nice year. Romero is 11-6. Porcello and Neiman both have 12 wins. Romero has 11. Andrew Bailey, the best ERA among all American League rookies.
As we've talked before, I think you can look at the closer role. When you put a rookie in the closer role, and he has the type of success that Houston Street had when he recorded 23 saves and won the Rookie of the Year. You'd have to think for Andrew Bailey, the voters would look at that and say that's And you look at the total wins by the Athletics, and he has saved the number that he has or will have by the end of the season. Definitely important.
Brett Anderson has the most strikeouts among
Now batting shortstop.
rookie pitchers in the American League, 119.
Cliff Pennington.
Gordon Beckham, though, has really made a statement in a fairly short period of time. Beckham, 52 RBIs now for the White Sox, and he's playing every day. But there's not a clear-cut leader, and that's why Andrew Bailey does have a good month of September. He certainly has a good chance. Cliff Pennington hit into a 6-4-3 double play. That was in the second inning.
You already look at what Andrew has accomplished. Double-A last year, starter, reliever, spring training, non-roster invitee, makes the club. Long man, setup, closer, all-star. Pitcher of the month.
Well, when we saw him early on, maybe a month in, I remember you and I, Vince and Ken on the radio side, and we were maybe having dinner or something, talking, and we all said he could be the closer here soon.
Exactly.
And we certainly weren't acting like experts, but just watching him pitch, we knew that there had to be bigger and better things coming quickly for Andrew Bailey, and that it certainly has happened. Couple of hits tonight for Adam Kennedy. A pair of singles. He scored a run in the second inning.
That list that we just showed is the ranks in the American League all relievers,
All
not just
relievers,
rookies.
yeah.
And that's important note because you start thinking, well, as rookie, those are the rookies and the numbers, but that's in all of the American League. There it is. On his batting average is 173 second, 76 strikeouts second, 72 innings third, and 188 earned run average. That's impressive. And plus, he doesn't take a lot of time to get it done either.
Thank goodness.
Gets the ball and gets it done.
Bill Hall back, still going back. Warning track, he's got it. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting center fielder, number 11, Rajay Davis.
Rajay Davis steps in. Another good night for Davis. A couple of singles. So Rajay 7 hits in his last 12 at bats. So Davis has 30 steals. So since we're having fun setting goals for people, we got to get Rajay Davis to 40 steals. So he's going to have to go on that. Needs 10 more. Long look down by Davis. 2-0 the count. Base stealing threat. Pennington at first. He inches off. And there he goes. Davis takes it, and there'll be no throw. Pennington with a steal. Second steal for the A's in tonight's ball game.
All right, Rajay's got to drive him in. Wakamatsu is going out to talk to Snell. It's not going to be Rick Adair. And
what does that tell you?
It tells you he's not very happy. He doesn't need an interpreter either.
And we know Don. He's a pretty mild-mannered gentleman on the outside. Probably not terribly thrilled here.
Snell was saying fastball. Maybe that was a fastball.
I think that was a pretty good chewing right there.
Yeah.
Ask a question, get the answer, and then let them know how you feel about it.
Yeah, Walk did it right. He kept his head down, got to the point where he didn't look at his face and be very demonstrative. He's just got the point across and back in the dugout. But I think it had to do with pitch selection, and Snell actually said that was a fastball. So maybe he's getting so much movement that it looks like a breaking pitch.
And he walks him. Second walk in the inning, third walk in the game by Snell.
So you know that he's giving 2 more runs, another home run, 63, and 2 walks in the inning. And I don't think Walk really cares whether he gets 5 innings or not. It's not necessarily on him. It's just the fact you try to win a game. If the pitcher's not doing the job to get 5 innings, then so be it. Jacobakis. It's been a while since we've pronounced it.
You're in the area. You're in the ballpark. Jacobakis.
He had a Yabuda yesterday.
How'd you do it that way? Yabuda.
Then he did it. I called him Yabu, because we had Keishi down there.
First pitch to Sweeney is a strike. Sweeney has reached twice. Each time in a fielder's choice. On the ground to Beltre, who's going to make the play, make the tag. Side retired. A's do not score. 5th inning coming up. It's the Mariners 6 and the Athletics 3.
Teaming up to win for education.
Good.
Number 21, Franklin Gutierrez.
Cleveland Indians are actually still in the American League, and they will be at the Coliseum on Friday, September the 18th. That's when the A's will host the Tribe. Game time 7:05. Stick around afterwards for the post-game fireworks show, and it's brought to you by Kelly Moore Inks. Tickets online at OaklandAthletics.com or call 877-493-BALL. I don't know if Mike Segui, long-time record team travel for the Indians, will remember how to get out to Oakland. They came here in April of last year.
Yeah.
Won't be back till September this year.
Huh. What's that all about?
You could say a lot about the schedule.
Well, so fireworks for the Indians, and we were in Cleveland on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Gutierrez grounds one to Pennington. 1 out.
Gutierrez just showed something right there. He could handle a fastball, which he did in the first inning, but a breaking pitch there.
Number 4.
Kind of jammed himself. A good curveball from Brett Tomko. started the swing, and I think it's a pretty good fastball hitter. That's a good indication there.
Curveball to Jose Lopez. He swings and misses. Lopez is 0 for 2. Ground out to third, and then he lined out to left. 20 homers and 80 RBIs for Jose Lopez. Last year, Lopez had 89 runs batted in. He's got a new career high. I take that back. He's got 9 more to go to tie last year. On deck, Ken Griffey Jr. Count stays 2-2. That was 75 pitches from Brett Tomko so far in the game. Lopez does not swing at that curveball, so full count. 6 runs and 7 hits for the Mariners so far. Lopez pokes that one foul to stay alive.
There's a case of a hitter sitting fastball 3-2 and making an adjustment, which is a pretty good job because he was not going to be cheated if he got a fastball. And Brett threw him the curveball. At least he was able to foul it off.
Line to left again. Patterson is there. So Lopez has lined out to left twice.
Time now for the Cabot Woodstains legendary performance. Ken Griffey Jr., Dave Stewart, first major league home run, 1989, actually a double. He hit the home run later, but that was his first hit. And look at the Griff. Third, 89, opening night at the Coliseum. Ken Griffey Jr., major league debut.
He's done a few good things since then.
It is the Cabot Woodstains legendary performance. He's done a few things, a lot of things, as a matter of fact.
625 career home runs for Ken Griffey Jr.
And once Jr. does retire, 5 years, you can mark it. Plan his Hall of Fame induction speech.
Yep. And probably the good news, Ray, is there should not be any controversy surrounding Ken Griffey Jr.
Exactly.
Good swing there, and it's 2-2. Griffey is 0 for 2. Against the A's this year, he's 2 for 24. One of those 2 is a home run.
It was on Ben Mazzaro. Game that Snell pitched in Seattle.
And it was a big one. Jammed a little bit, pops it just in front of the A's dugout.
If we show the video of the 1989 first hit, probably see the exact same setup. Ken Griffey Jr. then and now. Other guys change their batting stance, their styles, but this is still Griff. Kind of closed stance, tucks his right shoulder in. To be able to bend his neck that much is saying something.
Find out if he can still run, and not quite enough. Kennedy with a nice play throws out Ken Griffey Jr. and Tomko has a 3-up, 3-down, top of the 5th inning.
Number 32.
6-3, the Mariners over the A's. Nice play by Adam Kennedy.
Did not think he had a chance. He was playing deep. Check swing by Griff and the stretch by Derek Barton, and he was safe.
Yes, he was. Oh, my.
Run that hard, Griff, and, well, maybe not. Maybe that angle showed that his foot was a couple of inches from the bag after the great scoop by Derek Barton. Wow.
Cus, Suzuki, and Ellis against Ian Snell. And first pitch is rolled to Lopez at second. We have found our favorite vendor here at the Coliseum. In between innings, Ray, this is our favorite guy. Look at him.
Now batting, the catcher.
Dancing to a little Werewolves of London.
Kurt Suzuki.
Got the kettle corn. But he sells a lot of kettle corn just because of it.
I'm envious of his rhythm.
Now, see, that's the low strike that Brett Tomko has not been getting, at least a couple of times. So maybe Milwaukee has changed his zone a little bit.
Suzuki slams one foul down the left field line. Too many pitches for Ian Snell. 89, and we're in the fifth inning. And that has been an issue for him in his short stay in Seattle. 33 in the first, 23 in the second. He's gotten better. But it all ends up at the end. 0-2 pitch, drops low. Kurt Suzuki had a 2-run single in the first inning. He also stole a base, and then he hit a fly ball to center field in the third. So Kurt now 65 RBIs on the year. Lopez dives, he can't get it. Suzuki's 2 for 3.
Well, it was surprising that Lopez was shading Zook so much up the middle.
Number 14.
An excellent job on the slider away. Just found the hole to the right side, and Lopez a diving effort, but really probably, I would say, playing incorrectly when it comes to defense. But not taking anything away from Kurt Suzuki. He does a good job, as always, hitting the ball to the right side, get the pitch away from him. Both hits tonight are to right field. One to right center, that one more to right field on the ground.
Outside to Mark Ellis. Mark's 0 for 2. Each team with 7 hits now in the ball game. Clark a strikeout and a fly ball to center field. Pumped. I think if Mark Ellis were to get aboard, you would see action in the bullpen again for the Mariners.
Would not take much.
Three and one. Long look down by Mark Ellis. Suzuki has a stolen base in this game. Fastball, swing and miss, 3-2.
Snell might have been thinking about it also, because he went to the very quick slide step. Mark looking at Mike Gallego just to see if Kurt Suzuki's going to be running. 3-2 and 1 out. Hitter always likes to know, at least have an idea. So he's not surprised when he sees the runner take off and the pitch coming. But regardless, 3-2. If it's a strike, has to make contact.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball right by Ellis. So that is strikeout number 4 for Snell.
Well, just the four-seam fastball. And like Mark just might have opened up a little bit too much or maybe a little bit too quick. I have to say, going back to dugout, surprised he did not make contact.
2 outs for Eric Patterson. Patterson, a pop out to third and a strikeout looking. Fouls that one to the screen. Patterson has been up and down with the A's. This is his 3rd stint up and down between Sacramento and the A's, I should say. 3rd time he's been in the big leagues this year. River Cats record, 43 steals this year. Fouls that one back, a high fastball. That's a pitch right there that most hitters have trouble with.
Well, Patterson's best hit since his return was a line drive to left center that ended up getting a double. And I say line drive because that's his main game would be to hit line drives and ground balls. We talked about Pennington, the same for Patterson.
Takes outside, so a full count.
What a player does at AAA might hit some home runs, but you're facing much better pitching at big league level. Also spotting their pitches a lot better, probably fewer mistakes.
Pitch is inside and it's a walk. So Patterson works the walk. That is 4 walks by Snell, and he's in trouble again. And there's the phone call to the bullpen. Snell has had just 1 3 up, 3 down inning. That was the 3rd. He's had 3 hits off him in the 1st, 3 hits off him in the 2nd. He walked 2 in the 4th, and 2 more base runners here in the 5th, a walk and a single. First pitch to Martin is popped up, foul territory down the left field line, and nobody's going to be able to get to it. Martin a single in the 2nd, single to left field, and then a ground ball to 2nd in the 4th. 6 left on in the first 4 innings.
Michael Boscos, as soon as he started to get on the mound, he called out and said, "I'm ready." Those are called vultures. 4 2/3. Figure they can come in before the 5th.
This would be a major vulture. Sweeping in to get the W. Ian Snell knows that they're swirling as well. Close pitch, but outside, 1-2. 106 pitches for Snell. We're in the 5th. Drive to right field, but Ichiro's there, and he's got it, and they strand a pair. They've now stranded 8 through the first 5 innings. 6-3 Seattle after 5. Ace Baseball and Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cash Creek. Cash Creek is giving away $999 in cash every hour of every day in September. Visit cashcreek.com for details. Looking for some food down underneath. So are we.
Dibs?
Hungry.
Got some yesterday.
Man.
Dibs brought up the radio booth.
Really?
Yeah. Got them before they melted. 84 first pitch yesterday.
Wow. These Pressbox hot dogs are looking pretty good right now. Beltre, Hall, and Karp against Tomko. Brett Tomko, it's been a hot and cold night. He's given up 3 two-run homers, 2 of them in the first and 1 in the fourth. Also had a couple 3-up, 3-down innings. He's retired 5 in a row. This is pitch number 88 from Tomko. Beltre is 1 for 2. Sweeney jogs in. He's got it for the first down.
Pitch count a little high for Brett early. So he gave up two two-run home runs in the first inning. Told him the 21 pitches then, but you know, one thing about a veteran pitcher, he knows how to get through it. He's made some adjustments and was really upset with himself when he gave up the 2-run home run to Jojima. Fell behind 2-0.
Missed outside to Bill Hall. Good swings tonight from Bill Hall. A 2-run homer in the first, single, and he scored a run in the fourth. Obviously the home run was hit hard, and so was the base hit, a line drive to left center field. Good spot there, 1-2. Jakabaskis continues to throw, so we will see him in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, the first inning did not take long for this one to get out. Tomsko's reaction after Hall crushed it. Way deep.
This one gets in on Hall, and he pops it up. And Mark Ellis makes the play. 2 outs. 7 in a row retired by Tomko.
Number 59, Mike Karp.
Too bad Russell Branyan had the herniated disc. It's going to cost him some time. He wants to be able to try to come back, but regardless, he's had a tremendous season for the Mariners.
31 homers, 76 RBIs. Branyan put on the DL. There's Eric Bedard on the DL as well. Unfortunately for the Mariners, that trade is, I don't want to say has turned into a disaster, but pretty close. When you think about
it has.
The players they gave up. Right center field, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Mike Karp hits the bag at second. He will stop there. So Karp has his first hit. A 2-out double.
A little bit of a hanging breaking ball from Brett Tomko, and Karp with his first double.
Number 2, Kenji.
So runner at second, 2 outs for Kenji Jojima. So you would put the Eric Bedard trade in that category of disaster.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you're right. Andy Chavez was having a good year, playing every day in left field, but he's out for the season. Carlos Silva, that has not been a good signing. But I think the Bedard trade, Mariners were looking for a top-notch pitcher, and when Bedard is healthy, he is that, but he hasn't been healthy in either of the 2 seasons. And they gave up Adam Jones, just one of the players.
George Sherrill.
George Sherrill and a couple other young pitchers, but Adam Jones is a rising star in Baltimore. So sometimes you take a chance and it backfires, and I think that's probably the case for the Mariners with the Bedard trade. They have still been able to turn it around this year.
And for Don Wakamatsu, you saw the disabled list. That's when you handle adversity, because you go into the season with certain guys you expect to be playing, and you have to be able to make the changes necessary when players you expect to play are disabled.
I don't think it's ridiculous to say that Don Wakamatsu is a legitimate manager of the year candidate in the American League. This team was 61-101 last year. Now they made some personnel changes, but I wouldn't say there was any. There was not a huge free agent signing or two, but they have significantly turned it around. They've been in last place in 4 of the last 5 years.
Well, they took a chance on Russell Brandon, gave him a chance to play every day, and he has come through. Jack Sarincic said we lost 101 games last year. The Mariners did, so somebody a chance. They did to Brandon, and the rest is history. He's had a great year, and I would think the Mariners would want to sign him, if not to a long-term deal, for sure have him back. And Ichiro's got to be back. So Mike Sweeney keeping the bench loose, which he always does.
The Mariners lost Raul Ibanez to free agency. J.J. Putz they traded. Watch the baseball.
Straight down and the side of the head. Well, hit in front of the plate and hit him. He was still in the batter's box.
3-2 breaking pitch is way outside, so Jojima has a walk. 2-out rally for Seattle. That's the first walk issued by Brett Tomko, and at 102 pitches, he is going to be done for the night. So Brad Ziegler's coming in. It's a 6-3 Mariners lead, and Brett Tomko 5 2/3 innings tonight. We'll be back. Ace Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Supercuts. Bull market looks, bear market prices. Supercuts every time. group's having a good time.
Where are they?
Well dressed. I don't know. Jack Wilson takes a strike from Brad Ziegler. So Brett Tomko, 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits, a walk, a couple of strikeouts.
Well over 10,000 on hand tonight.
They're out there somewhere. Bounce just foul by Wilson. So the count 0-2. Two to Wilson. Slider spins down and away. Karp is the runner at second. Jojima at first. Man, that one almost hit Wilson. He was able to skip out of the way.
A two-seamer down and in. And tries to go inside to get the hitter to hit a ground ball, and Jack Wilson was already dirty. Even more so, getting out of the way of the ball.
One hopper. Pennington has it. Side retired. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It'll be Pennington, Kennedy, and Davis. 6-3 Seattle. Eric Bennett from Hercules says, hey, can you tell me the name of the song played at the Coliseum when the visiting pitcher is visited on the mound? It's the trumpet tune.
Herb Alpert?
Yeah, let's listen to the song.
Shortstop, number 26, Cliff Pennington.
The song is called Sirtaki. It's the traditional Greek song most famous from the movie Zorba the Greek. Yeah, but you're technically correct. The version done here at the Coliseum is done by Herb Alpert. What else?
But they do that whenever the visitor.
I guess. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, that's because you are busy diving into your books and books of notes, looking up tidbits about the incoming pitcher.
Well, let's go back. Let's do
Did
a
they
rewind.
play when Giacobascus came?
I don't think so. They were playing on something else because it was a start of an inning. I bet when the manager comes out
just
between
when the manager comes out
during the inning. Yes, right.
Just to visit the pitcher. So did they play that when Don Wakamatsu came out?
No, because we wanted to hear what he was saying.
To yell at Ian Snell.
No, we wanted to keep it quiet so we could listen to Walk.
Hoping we could hear some. Drive to right, but Ichiro's there. So Cliff Pennington lines out. That's the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chris Jakabaskis is the new
number
pitcher.
29, Adam Kennedy.
Picked up his first major league win right here at the Coliseum as the A's had their home opener. And Ryan Roland Smith started the game. Jakabaskis came in and pitched 2 innings and got the win. Also started the game against the A's, a couple of games, as a matter of fact. Back in the bullpen now.
And also was sent back to the minor leagues and then recalled a week later. And that's what I remember about Jakabaskis. He had a big overhand curveball.
Well, Ian Snell's in the clubhouse hoping for a 12-out save.
Gutierrez got a good jump on that one. Had a read on it, and he makes the play for the 2nd out.
Well, not a 12-out save, but at least 12 outs for him to get a win. In essence, it's like a save because he was finished for the night with 5 innings.
Rajay Davis.
107 pitches for Snell tonight. I would think it's possible that Jojima's home run kept him in for 5 innings.
Give him a little leeway. The A's have stranded 8 runners through the first 5 innings. One and one to Rajay Davis. 2 singles and a walk tonight for Davis. He has also scored a run. The average at .303.
Remember the Royals game on Tuesday night, the A's stranded 7 in the last 3 innings. Lost that game by 1 run. So we talk about the young pitching staff. There's still some young players, and the offense is something the A's want to pick up on to take advantage of the improved pitching staff. Give the young pitchers a chance, hopefully in the very near future, to pick up some wins for themselves as well as a club with a better offense. There they're all sitting together. 5 of them. Edgar Gonzalez has joined them. No doubles guy. There he is. He was ready to, he pitched 5 innings, 69 pitches. He said, I'm ready. Let me go back out.
Oh, you're going to tell me that Edgar Gonzalez couldn't throw 130?
Yeah, exactly. Hadn't pitched in 3 weeks.
Davis goes out of the strike zone. He swings and misses. 6-3 after 6. How about a little Sirtaki? 6-3, the Mariners over the A's, 7th inning. Brad Ziegler got the final out in the 6th. And he faces the top of the Mariners order here in the 7th. Ichiro Suzuki leading it off. Ichiro is 1 for 3. He singled leading off the game and scored on the Gutierrez home run. So 189 hits on the season for Ichiro. So I would think in Japan, if Ichiro was back there in the offseason and says, hey, can you make me some spikes? I think somebody would jump at that, don't you?
How about bats, spikes, gloves? Whatever Ichiro wants, Ichiro gets. I want to say Ted Walsh, who is the Mariners equipment clubhouse manager. He's former the 49ers and a good guy. I don't think he's traveling this trip, but I think I remember one time he told me in Seattle he's got a humidor for his bats. I think Ted has a humidor for Ichiro's bats.
Huh. Consecutive games without going hitless in back-to-back games.
Amazing.
He's closing in on your man Stan Musial.
It's Nick Markakis, isn't it?
That's a good call. You're right.
Stan the man. Honored this year at the All-Star game in St. Louis when they brought him out on the golf cart. And that man, Stan the man.
Kennedy has it, and that's the second out. Now Ichiro also going for a batting title this year. He and Joe Mauer pretty close. Mauer coming into tonight 367, Ichiro 361. So that will go right down to probably the end of the season between those two great hitters, because the other guys are not that close. Mauer's won a couple, Ichiro's won a couple.
Well, the one thing Ichiro has, obviously, is speed, infield hits. But Joe Mauer has, at least through the remainder of this year, at home, the turf.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's a line drive hitter, opposite field hitter. We will see him next weekend. Week from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Series, the only trip the A's make to Minneapolis, the Metrodome. So you'd have to say, if Ichiro stays healthy, just because he can do so much, and maybe he doesn't bunt, kind of make it fair for Joe Mauer and everybody else. Just think of Ichiro bunting.
I know. Joe Mauer won the batting title in 06 and last year 08. So he's looking for his third. Surprising, Ichiro won it his first year, 2001, and then 2004. So he hasn't won it in 4 years. He did finish second in 2007. Rajai Davis coming in. He will get there, and he's got it. Brad Ziegler, a very nice 3-up, 3-down inning. 7th inning stretch coming up, 6-3 Seattle. big first inning for the Mariners. A 2-run homer for Franklin Gutierrez. And then 4 batters later, Bill Hull, a 2-run homer. So the Mariners had a 4-0 lead after a half an inning. The A's would get back in the game. They would score 3 in the bottom of the first. Kurt Suzuki with a 2-run single. And this costly error right there by Jack Wilson helped the A's get a run as well. But Kenji Jojima, a 2-run homer. That was in the 4th inning. So all the runs by the Mariners scored on home runs. 6-8-1 for Seattle, 3-7-0 for the A's. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Jakabaska is back to work in the bottom of the 7th inning. Sweeney, Custon, Suzuki. Line drive, base hit right field. Curveball that hung up there, and Sweeney has his first hit tonight.
Good to see him pull the ball, especially getting a curveball. And against the Royals, he had a similar pitch down the right field line for a 2-run triple. Ryan Sweeney looks like he's very good at taking fastballs to left field. You throw him an off-speed pitch and drive it hard to the out or to right field.
So here's Cust. Curve drops into the outside corner for a strike. Cust walked in the 1st, struck out in the 2nd, and grounded out in the 5th. Another curve. This one stays outside. That's Mark Lowe, hard throwing right-hander.
You would be saying that a few times a night. Hard throwing part of it anyway.
2-1.
Jack Cust has always been very good at watching the breaking pitch, the curveball especially.
He got a fastball and he swings and misses. So 3-2 to Cust. Pitch on the outside corner, he fouls it back.
This is when he breaking balls, probably thought he was going to get another one, but got the fastball, and the hitter's able to take a good pitch and foul it off.
Three and 2. Got him swinging. Went right back to the fastball, and Cust swings through it. 6 strikeouts for Mariners pitchers tonight.
Jojima set up outside, a little bit of a tailing fastball, the 2-seamer, but it's kind of an emergency swing.
May have been looking for a breaking ball again. Because that's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. That's pretty much right down the middle. He does not usually miss those. Kurt Suzuki has a couple of hits tonight and a couple of RBIs. Breslow in the A's bullpen.
He's had 2 days off. He doesn't know what to do.
Nope. There's the curve. You see, he likes to throw it, Jakabaskis. just a bit high. 2-1. After Kurt Suzuki, it'll be Mark Ellis. High to right center. In front of the wall is Franklin Gutierrez, and he makes the catch. How many times in the last 3 weeks has Kurt Suzuki picked the wrong part of the ballpark? Well, we saw it a lot in Seattle. That's a well-hit ball right there.
Number 14, Mark Ellis.
Well, you might take it earlier in the game. That's a different time of night, and maybe got a little bit heavier. That close.
Curve to Ellis in first strike. Another curve, and it's bounced foul. Ellis tonight, a strikeout in the first, a fly ball to center in the third, and a strikeout again in the fifth. So a quiet night so far for Mark Ellis. Oh, 2. Sweeney led off the inning at first. He's still there with 2 outs.
It's almost like the Angels there, where you 3 runs down, you're concerned about a runner stealing.
Strike 3 called right on the outside corner. Couple of strikeouts for Jakabaskis. 8th inning coming up. 6-3 Seattle.
Well, Bill Welke called Mark Ellis out, strike 3. But first of all, look, this is what the umpire's doing. He's got no protection from the catcher. He's exposing himself to the hitter, but look at the angle of which he has to call this pitch, which is out there. And he emphatically told Mark Ellis it's a strike. No way.
Man.
No way. It's not a strike. And first of all, to have to look at the angle, he can't see it. So he's not protecting himself with the catcher, behind the catcher. Well, because that's a strike. Get Matt Weiss to show him our take.
Well, maybe he'll just look at it himself.
Now that's, again, we see it often. We talked about it often with the angle which the umpire is behind the plate. And You can't tell me that the umpires who are directly behind the plate can have a better angle to see both sides.
Well, I guess what we learned is when they do it, they always set up on the inside corner.
Right.
He's doing it with Griffey right now.
Yeah, sits on the basically the right shoulder of the hitter. It's left-handed, left shoulder. So you got the same angle. But I would think guys throwing as hard as they are, when the ball comes off the bat, you want to get as much protection as you can.
And get a better view of the strike zone.
Well, first and foremost, protect yourself. Who cares whether it's a strike or not?
If Kurt sets up outside, I mean,
He doesn't move.
wide open. Look at that. His whole body is open.
He doesn't move. All right, 89 to 2009. Ken Griffey Jr. to the left, 1989. And tonight, see any different?
Not much.
Yeah, just the elbow, maybe right there a little bit.
Elbow up.
Yeah, the back elbow is up here compared to here, but look at the head. The way the head is kind of looking towards the pitcher, same way.
Yeah. Why change, right?
600 plus.
Yeah.
Guaranteed lock, Hall of Fame. Good guy. Back home, Seattle, where it all started.
And he's had a decent year. The batting average not very high for Griffey, but he's got 14 home runs and played in 95 games. He's going to get a little over 350 at bats. So I guess that brings into question, what do you think he'll do next year?
I don't know. I would have to say if he wants to play, it'd be hard to tell him no. There's Adrian Beltre, the first ever to ask for an appeal to the first base umpire.
We laughed.
Check swing. Watch Adrian Beltre. Ball in the dirt, check swing. Watch what he does. First base, appeal. I don't want, in other words, he said, I don't want you, the home plate umpire, to make this call. Ask the first base umpire. There it is.
You know what? It's probably a good idea.
Well, especially if he's had a home plate umpire call him out
yeah.
on a pitch like that. But he's the first I've ever seen do that. And that's happened a couple of years ago.
Sweeney races in, and he's got it. There's where Ken Griffey Jr. sits on the all-time home run list. Number 5. So 35 behind Willie Mays. So he's probably not going to get to Mays even if he did play next year.
Well, there's no doubt, and again, we've said it before, without the injuries, especially in Seattle or Cincinnati, number of injuries he had, he would be over 700. There's no doubt.
Yeah, he had at least a couple years in Cincinnati where I think he played less than 50 games. One and one to Bill Hall.
Downtown Seattle, when he came back, we were in Seattle early in the season. Downtown, the Nike store, huge poster.
Really?
Griffith's back.
Well.
Junior's back, something like that. But it was, and he said, I had to walk by it every day because he was living downtown, at least at the time. But that's how much the people of Seattle really enjoyed seeing their man come back. Could have gone to the Braves, close to Orlando, where his home is. Just a good guy, no doubt. Of course, his dad, great player with the Reds for so many years. Big Red Machine. And they got to play together, hit a home run in the same game together. Incredible. That's with the Mariners.
Griffey's sprint from first to home in the 1995 playoff series. They beat the Yankees.
They could call Safeco Field Ken Griffey Jr. Stadium because that
play, a lot of people say, kept baseball in Seattle. How about that?
And got him a new stadium.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt. Edgar Martinez scoring Ken Griffey Jr. and what a run for the Mariners in '95, and now they're in a beautiful, one of the best stadiums in baseball, Safeco Field.
But you played there early on, Ray. There was a fairly long stretch where the Mariners' attendance in the Kingdom was not good at all.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have a winning season for probably 15 years.
77 was their expansion year. Fouled straight back. An interesting article on the Mariners. What website is that? CBSSports.com. He says he wouldn't mind sticking around. Said the situation would have to be right for both himself and the club, and if his body holds up.
Of course, he has
quotes from Junior.
Yeah, and he has young kids. His young kids now are high school playing football, and that's always important for a player who's played as long as he has. You were looking at the website. You're looking at that double cheeseburger.
I don't know what you're talking about. Guilty.
Craig Breslow, I asked him, I said, I haven't really seen, are you still at the top of the list in appearances? And he said, no, Matt Guerrier tied him last night.
Oh, Matt Guerrier got it.
When Nathan imploded. Gave up the home runs yesterday in the 9th inning. White Sox coming from behind to defeat the Twins 4-2. That was yesterday.
Well, the Twins did not play today, so
he'll take the lead again.
There's a little grab the lead back.
And we're honored to be associated with the smartest man in baseball.
Craig Breslow.
Craig Breslow. He is right there.
Not self-proclaimed.
No,
We're proclaiming.
Well, and so is all of baseball.
Again toward Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney's had a busy night. He takes care of it. Breslow with a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Patterson, Barton, and Pennington will hit for the A's. Burger with grilled pineapple is back at Carl's Jr. Bottom of the 8th, the A's trailing 6-3 here at the Coliseum. It's got the look of a sorority party. That's my call, Ray. I'm probably wrong. As long as they're having a good time. Eric Patterson to lead it off. Patterson, Barton, and Pennington against a new pitcher, Mark Lowe. Very hard thrower. He's got good stuff, and he comes in the 8th inning. A light schedule in the America League today. Detroit got a run in the bottom of the 10th and defeated Cleveland 4-3. There was a makeup game in Chicago. It was a makeup interleague game.
Yeah.
White Sox and Cubs. I turned the TV on at home and the White Sox and Cubs were playing. White Sox won the game 5-0. Red Sox beat the Rays 6-3. Buchholz over Price. Buchholz, I should say. Fastball, swing and a miss. Patterson on 3 pitches strikes out.
And you know that game in Chicago on the north side
Now batting
was
first
well
baseman,
attended.
number 10,
And they were
Derek Barton.
probably rooting and cheering just like they thought both teams were going to postseason.
No
and
question about it.
possibly that neither one will.
Yankees beat the Blue Jays 10-5.
Well, they had 6 home runs.
2. Posada and Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez hit number 577 in his career. So the Yankees have won 7 in a row. They hold on to a 7.5 game lead over Boston in that East. Twins did not play, so they lose a half game. They're now 5 back at Detroit in the Central. 5 back. White Sox are still 7 back.
The Yankees could possibly have 5 players hit 30 home runs, at least 30. What, 8 to hit 20, at least 20. I mean, I think Colorado, let's say 2 or 3 clubs have had 4 players hit 30 home runs or more in a season. But 5, and then
I think
8.
didn't the Dodgers
I
do it in
would say the
70s?
Dodgers, yeah, the Dodgers also. But to have 8 hit at least 20,
That's ridiculous.
they say the ball's not carrying as well at Yankee Stadium as well as it did in the early part
Maybe
of the
not.
season. Although they expect it to resume in this month, so we'll see what happens there.
1-2 to Derek Barton. Barton to right. Ichiro's back, and he's going to watch this one leave the yard. Barton homers 6-4. Derek Barton showed a very quick bat.
Yeah.
Because that was a fastball a little bit in, and he spun on it. Homer.
Well, his other one came on July the 20th.
Now batting
Trying to go
first
inside,
baseman,
and that is very encouraging right there, folks, to see him turn on the fastball just the way he did. And have that be 90 plus with 2 strikes on top of it. It hit a lot of balls to the opposite field. Lowe, who throws hard, gives it up, and the ball that Derek hit to left center was in a game in which the A's had the huge comeback against the Twins on July the 20th. That was very encouraging there. That was perfect.
Pennington trying to get aboard, get the tying run to the plate. Pops that foul back, so the count 0-2. Derek Barton 2 for 4 tonight. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. 2 outs. So that'll bring up
First
Kevin.
baseman, number 29.
Jojima, and that'd be interesting to see where this pitch is in our high camera, Tommy.
There's a ball loose out in left field coming from the A's bullpen.
You know, catchers, there's no doubt, and set out there as far as you can until you don't get the call.
very high, but playable for Gutierrez in right center field. He's got it. Side retired. Derek Barton, a home run, his second of the year. Gets the A's just a little bit closer. It's the second annual A's Winning for the Community Poker Challenge. Texas Hold'em, Saturday, the 5th. A couple days from now, 10 a.m. at the warehouse, 402 Webster Street in Oakland. It's raising money for high school baseball programs in the OAL. $35 buy-in, an option for two $20 rebuys. You get a barbecue lunch, great prizes. To register, call 510-451-3161 or email radio@oaklandathletics.com.
Where are the sunglasses? Is that because the poker players always put sunglasses on?
I guess.
Can't read their eyes?
Yeah. Yeah. Mike Karp, base hit to center field off Jeff Gray. So Mike Karp is 2 for 4. Single and a double. And that's the 9th hit for Seattle.
Number 2, Kenji Jojima.
Fastball a little bit up. And Jeff Gray, who had a little bit too much movement on his pitches when he came in relief of Edgar Gonzalez.
Your attention,
Tuesday
please,
night.
ladies and gentlemen. For Seattle, running for number 59.
Jack Hanahan will pinch run for Karp.
Jack Hanahan.
And Kenji Jojima will be the hitter.
A nice ovation for Jack.
Yep. Good guy.
Yep.
Jeff Gray facing Kenji Jojima. Pitches outside. That's bounced into left field. A base hit for Jojima. Big chopper that gets through. So Jojima is 2 for 3 with a walk. So the Mariners threatening to get that run back that they gave up.
Number 9,
Barton home run.
Jack Wilson.
There's the closer, David Ardsma, loosening up. So would you say the chance of Jack Wilson not bunting is 0?
Slim and none and slim left town.
Slim left town. Ichiro in the undecked circle. And he bunts it foul. This may be a 3-shot deal to get it.
Well, and Ichiro will be intentionally walked too, and
Yeah.
of course, Wakamatsu knows that with Lopez. Or make it Gutierrez hitting behind him. Ichiro has been intentionally walked half the time, half the total that he's walked all season. He does not like to walk. Gutierrez will a little bit.
Bunted. Barton. Took a good look at third as he really charged it. He did a nice job taking a good look and then getting the out at first. So here comes Ichiro. On deck is Franklin Gutierrez.
Bat out in front, brought it back, dead in front of the plate.
Suzuki.
Both runners getting good jumps.
And here's the walk to Suzuki.
You could say, well, why would you do that to intentionally walk Ichiro? Well, they want to take a chance of not having Jack Wilson bunt. The A's would like to have seen that happen and run into a double play. But this is just both managers knew what was going to happen.
Yep.
Don Wakamatsu did when he put the sacrifice on. That is Ty Van Berkeley, his bench coach. Van Berkeley family is down in the Bay Area for the weekend from the foothills, coming down to see Ty. Interesting, he said that his family is going to see him a lot in Seattle. And of course, he was here as the hitting coach for the Athletics for the last couple of years. And one of the real good guys, both he and Wak were with the A's last year. Of course, Wakamatsu came last year to take over as a bench coach. Jeff Gray has gotten a couple of ground balls, both hits on the ground, one to center, one to left. So Kurt Young probably emphasizing the two-seamer, get the sinker, and try to get another ground ball, only have it hit at one of the infielders. Important at bat for both clubs right now. The A's trending by 2.
So with the intentional walk, from an A's standpoint, you avoid Ichiro. From a Mariners standpoint, they have the bases loaded. 1 out for Franklin Gutierrez. 1 for 4 in the ball game. And he bunts, and they're going to get a run. You do not see that very often with the bases loaded. In fact, you hardly see it ever.
And that was a squeeze.
And it was a squeeze with the bases loaded, meaning if you get the out at home, it's just a force out. Makes the play much easier.
And do you know, I think if Jeff had thrown the ball to the plate, he would have gotten the runner. I think he would have gotten a hand-to-hand because he fielded it. And Kurt was looking for it, but Jeff Gray might have been as shocked as everybody. See right there, and it would have taken a perfect throw. But when you see a runner score the way Hanahan did, that is a suicide squeeze with the bases loaded.
And they get a run to make it 7-4.
Let's see at this shot, and you see how quickly, bam, he got it, and
it would have been close.
It would have been close, but could have taken a chance, but decided to go for the sure out.
And what you do get there, I mean, your catcher can stretch out like a first baseman if he has to. But it worked, and Gutierrez gets his 3rd RBI of the night and his 56th RBI of the year. To make that work, the bunt has to be a very good bunt.
Yeah.
And that bunt was just good enough for it to work. Oh, 2 to Jose Lopez.
Really, the only thing that helped the Mariners was that it was a suicide squeeze, which meant Jack Hanahan was running down the line as soon as Hanahan. As soon as Jeff Gray lifted his leg, he was coming down the line. So that is why it's called the suicide squeeze. Pitch out. But you just don't expect it with the bases loaded.
Swing and a miss. Lopez strikes out. So a single run for the Mariners. Bottom of the 9th coming up. It's Seattle 7 and the A's 4 to be Davis, Sweeney, and Cust. Tennessee whiskey. Please drink responsibly. Mariners closer David Aardsma comes in. So a 3-run lead for the Mariners heading to the bottom of the 9th inning. Aardsma has been quite a story for Seattle. 33 saves and a 2.19 ERA. Jack Hanahan stays in the game, and he is at first base. So Hanahan at first, Aardsma on the mound. The first save of Aardsma's career was right here at the Coliseum, and it was earlier this year. First pitch swinging, Rajai Davis hits it hard, but right at Bill Hull, who was shaded over to left center field. Davis is out, 1 out.
Cap, that was the home opener for the A's, because Ryan Rowland-Smith was out early, and Aardsma came in and got a 2-out save.
And I think we were, what's the word, not surprised, but he just kept pumping fastballs in there. I think he threw like 20 straight fastballs that night. He's got a good one, no question about it. Bounced around a little bit. It looks like he's found a home. Ryan Sweeney is 1 for 4, but he's been on base 3 times. A single and a couple of fielder's choices. That one lined. Beltre scoops it off the grass and throws out Sweeney for the 2nd out.
Designated hitter, number 32, Jack.
Beltre playing a little bit back, but Ryan Sweeney continues as all night hitting the ball hard to the opposite field and fastballs. But the old Adam ball.
Make sure you join us tomorrow night, folks. 6:30 A's pregame live, 7 o'clock the ball game. Vin Mazzaro and Ryan Rowland-Smith, the pitching matchup for game 2 of the series. This one bounced to Lopez and he missed it. Kicks away and the A's are still alive. You never know. A routine ground ball that Lopez misses.
Well, that quickly looked like the inning was going to be over. And to his right went Lopez and just could not handle it. Very routine play. Let the ball play him a little bit. Came up and hit him in the heel of the glove, but play that he'll probably make next 100 times.
Yep. So Kurt Suzuki gets a chance. And if he can get aboard, the A's could get the tying run to the plate, and that would be Mark Ellis. Kurt Suzuki is 2 for 4, 2 singles and 2 RBIs. That's a split finger fastball, and that was a good one. Suzuki now behind in the count, 0-2. Inside, 95 miles an hour. Hanahan playing behind Cust. Suzuki fouls one down the right field line to stay alive. One and two. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a splitter, and that's the ball game. So game 1 of this 4-game series goes to the Seattle Mariners. 7-4 is the final. And the A's continue to struggle against the Mariners this year. They are now 3-10 against Seattle here in 2009. 2 hours